So, good evening, everyone. वेलकम टू वर्मा जी, आपका स्वागत है. शिवराज, आनंद, अरुण जी, भूपेंद्र जी, कमल जी, लक्ष्मी जी, मोनमोहन जी, राजीव जी, संगीता जी, सबका स्वागत है. आई एम श्योर दैट आई एम ऑडिबल.
Yes.
Yes, hi Sushil.
Hello everyone. So let us get started.
Yes,
So good evening everyone. Thank you for joining us. Voices of Inspiration. I am Sushil Grover. I am excited to be your host as we embark on this journey together. Five incredible authors, five unique stories and experiences to share. Before we begin, let me tell you what are the benefits of these books. Because people say that now the trend is going down as far as reading books is concerned. But I feel that books are very important in life. Because I believe that an author takes at least 15 to 20 years to write a book, because his 15 or her 15 or 20 years of experience is consolidated in short form in the 250 pages or 300 pages book. And if you read 10 pages a day, so then within 30 days you can get the experience of a person who has experience for 20 years. So 20 years experience you can have in 1 month by just reading 10 pages daily. So that is the power of the book reading. And another benefit of reading book is that it changes you. Internally, it changes you. And that too without your consent and without you knowing it that you are being changed. And third thing is it is a very good stress reliever also, that when you read books, then your stress reduces. And last but not the least, that lifelong learning, because new things are coming. Today we'll be talking about this from this communication skills to AI. We'll be talking about all those things. And when you are accepting those changes, so then definitely you can learn, and learning is a lifelong process. It's not that now I am plus 40, I will not learn. Now I am this plus 60, I will not learn. So learning has no boundaries. So just I will inform you that we will have three sections, three segments. First of all, we have five authors. So I will, in the first section, I will request everyone to introduce themselves, all those five authors. And in the second part, they will be telling about what their book is all about. And in third section, we will have Q&A sessions, and the people who have joined us. So I welcome them because they have taken time from their busy schedule, and definitely you will get uh, most of the thing. बहुत सारी चीजें आपको इसमें पता लगेंगी. So definitely बने रहिए यहाँ पे for the next 1 hour. So third we will take a Q&A session, and Q&A you can put your questions in the chat, and in the third segment we will take those things. So to begin with, let us first start from Ms. Surekha. Yes, Surekha ji.
hello everyone. I'm Sureka. Should I introduce, right?
Yes,
Sushil?
sure.
Yeah. Um, I am a life coach. I've been coaching uh, employees, not only employees, all the people, but my niche is related to working professionals. So now working professionals are in stress and they are having time issues, work-life balance, all these things. So I wanted to help working professionals to come out of that. For that, I have learned NLP and law of attraction. So based on these concepts, I'm coaching. I have written two books of my own. One is Sculpt Your Life. This was my first book. Then we are going to talk about this book today, Nine Proven States of Happiness. I have also written, co-authored along with my other authors, Power Pages of Power.
That's great. That's great. So now we move on to Mr. Sivraj.
Hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Sivaraj. I am from a small town in Tirupur district of Tamil Nadu. My place is Vellakovil. Um, so I am software engineer by profession, and my book is The Action Speaks. And in the book, I kind of gone through about the volunteering experience. So after I did I completed my college. I was in search of uh, I want to do something for the society and for the country. So I at that time I sent an email to Abdul Kalam. That time it was around 12, 13 years back. So I was asking him directly like what I have to do something for the society, but I don't know what to do or how to start. So he advised me, he replied me mentioning that whatever you do with full commitment and responsibility. So after that, I was searching, I have to do something, but I don't know what to do. So again, after I completed my college, I have joined the IT company after that. So through that, during weekends, I used to do a lot of volunteering activities. I continued like till now also. So those experience I have like shared in my book. Uh, its book name is Action Speaks. Yeah, that's all.
That's great. That's great. And you talked about this Abdul Kalam. At one point of time, he was also depressed. So you must be knowing that he was depressed because he wanted to be this pilot, but he couldn't get through the pilot because there were, I think, 7 vacancies, and his rank was eighth. So he couldn't become pilot, and he got frustrated. And then he went to the Rishikesh, and then Rishikesh, he was advised that no, your dreams will come true, maybe from one way or the other. And he wanted to be a pilot, and he became the this chief of the armed forces. He became
Yeah.
the president. And then now he is in a situation that definitely a person like you and me then take advice that what to do, and definitely he replied. Wonderful, wonderful. So Monmonji from Indore. Yes, Monmon. Please put your mic on.
Uh,
Monmon, you are, yes.
Hello, namaste.
Namaste, namaste.
Am I audible?
Sure, sure.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Hello.
yes, you are audible, loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you for having me here. And hello, Surekha ji, Sivraj ji, Anand ji, and everybody in the room. I'm author of Dapper Dap Life on the Moon. The book is scientifically designed to instill mindfulness in the kids. एंड सुरेखा जी की बुक के बारे में तो आप सुरेश उन्होंने जो एनर्जी का कंसेप्ट बात किया है, इवन आई हैव रिटन समथिंग सिमिलर इन पावर ऑफ एनर्जी, पेजेस ऑफ पावर. सो डेफिनेटली. एंड शिवराज जी जो स्मॉल स्टेप्स एक्शंस की बात करते हैं, आई हैव अगेन पुट द सेम कंसेप्ट. द बुक इज ऑल अबाउट शेपिंग this younger generation into their thoughts and actions, so that small actions and thoughts can lead to a bigger plan. And this is how you shape the generation. So I have talked about this only in my book. We all are into similar platforms, and it is so nice to connect everybody.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. So, Mr. Anand Iyer from Chennai, and I'm sure that Mr. Anandji, I know that he knows the 200 ways of making money. So, Anandji, please, I want to learn those 200 ways. So, Anandji, introduce yourself.
So I am AI, not artificial intelligence, but Anand Iyer, and I am from Chennai. I have stayed in almost all parts of India. Born in Delhi, brought up in Gujarat, I've stayed in Pune, Bangalore, so many places. And my author's journey actually started when I was in school, because I used to read almost 4 to 5 books every single week. And I still do almost read a book a week every single week. And that was the time when I used to read books by Enid Blyton and so many other authors. And I used to always have this dream. In fact, there was a railway library that my dad was with Western Railways, and we had a library. It was huge. And whenever I used to go there, I always had this dream that one day I will write a book. It took me a lot of time. And finally, like again, as many of them were telling, right? Like Shivraj was talking about his experience. I was not sure what to write about. And then last year, like 2023, there were a lot of challenges in my life. And after that, I also did what we call as Ho'oponopono. It's a ancient Hawaiian technique which uses, which it's a very simple technique which helps to clear all your negative energies. And then during that one of the sessions when I was going through it, I suddenly realized that I should not look outside, but I should just look inside of me to find what is the topic that is really related to me. And that is why I discovered that my name itself is having AI, and that is the reason I started on my journey to write a book on AI. So this is the book. I will be launching this book next week in Delhi. So people who are in Delhi, definitely I would request all of you to join me in person on 2nd of Feb. So this book is all about how people can make multiple sources of income from AI. And it's not one book. So this is just the volume 1. I have actually written the book 10 books because as Sushilji was telling in the beginning, right? Today, people don't have time to read a book. So I have made it very small. Like it's just a 54-page book, which anyone can read it maximum, I would say 35 to 40 minutes, or even if you're a very slow reader, maximum 1 hour. So in that 1 hour, you will be able to gain so much of experience about what is AI and how is it impacting every aspect of our life. So that is what this book is all about. So it is a series of 10 books, and I'm calling it as book flicks. Like way people watch Netflix series, I want people to read this book so that they can not only learn about, and this book is not just about artificial intelligence. I've also narrated my own story in this in terms of what challenges I had and how I learned AI, because I'm not a technical person, though I was in IT for so many years. I'm a non-techie, but a technical subject like AI.
Technical.
And second thing is, I have tried to simplify this in such a way that even a small child or someone who has no technical background can read this. So that is all about my journey and about this book, Sushilji.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
So सुशील जी, आपने तो हम लोग का इंट्रोडक्शन ले लिया, बट आप अपने बारे में कब बताएंगे? So when are you going to talk about you and your journey?
Sure. I will tell about, right now I will tell about myself. So I'm Sushil Grover. I'm leadership coach, mentor and soft skill trainer. And I have more than 31 years of corporate experience. And over these 31 years, I have learned so many things the hard way. Hard way means that by हार्ड वे वो बोलते हैं ना ठोकरें खा के आई हैव लर्नड ऐसा नहीं है कि हाँ जी किसी ने बताया देयर वाज नो मेंटर देयर वाज नो गाइड देयर वाज नथिंग सो जस्ट वट एवर आई कुड फील जैसा मुझे लगता था कि हाँ ये ठीक है ये नहीं है आई वॉज क्वाइट एरोगेंट आई डिडंट नो हाउ टू स्पीक आई डिडंट नो हाउ टू टॉक आई डिडंट नो हाउ टू कम्युनिकेट वेल whether it is my family members, whether it is my relatives, whether it is my this boss, colleagues, or this peer group, anyone. I was so introvert in my life. So being introvert, I didn't know anything. So over these 31 years, I have learned a lot. So I thought that whatever I have learned, so those things should be given back to the society, and then they can learn those things which I have learned because I have written this book on this, started with communication skills. And communication skills, I believe that majority of the conflicts are due to communication skills. What I said and what you hear, what I meant and what you meant, what I said, and that is all together. There are, you can say that there are barriers to communication. And when there are barriers to communication, then this lies, there are problems arise. So I thought that why not to these 31 years of experience consolidate and then write a book and give back to society that what I have learned in 31 years, they can learn in 3 years. So definitely they need not spend those 31 years. So they can succeed, whatever success, little bit success I have achieved. So that is hard work of 31 years. But now people do not need to spend those 31 years. They can, in 3 years, they can learn all those skills and definitely then rise to their career, have better relationships at home. So that is the main thing that I have written. And this is the book, that this book is this Talk to Win, that art of communication skills to influence, inspire, and succeed. And this book is also being launched at the World Book Fair on 3rd of February at this Pragati Maidan. So welcome. And I'm sure that we have many people in the audience. I see that Rajiv ji is there. He is also this author, and his book is also being launched at the Pragati Maidan, I know. And there are other people also in the audience. So definitely everybody, I believe that each and every person is unique. So it's not like that we five are together today. That is the voices of inspiration and stories, that we five are together. But each and every person who has joined today, that person is unique, and you can excel. And whatever you feel that you want in life, you can get it, provided you want it. And second is that you get a mentor. If you get a mentor, then I am 100% sure, and you want it, whatever you know what you want, then you can definitely get what you want. So let us move on
So,
next to
uh,
this. Yes, Monmohanji wants to
uh,
say something.
okay, thank you, Sushil ji, for the opportunity and the point what you said about the communication. So I wanted to take forward. Actually, today I logged in with my Mac computer, which I am not used to it. So I just couldn't talk about my author journey because the voices and everything was not coming. The camera and everything is very new for me. So I would like to add some things on my author
Sure,
journey.
sure, sure. Yeah.
And so starting about, uh, I had a very a struggling phase. I had 2 to 3 miscarriages, and after that I was bedridden. And my because when we thought of giving up and not having a baby, I conceived it. And on that 9 months of bed, I came to know, I actually reprogrammed myself. And then, so the grooming of my child went into a very different way. Till now, my kid, he doesn't take any medicine. I haven't given him any medicine. He has a very good immunity, and I have done a lot of parenting thing and grown him in a very different way. And this author journey is pure courtesy to him. I've been reading him from the age of 1 year till age of 7. So I don't know how many children's books I have read around. And I also wanted, in this world, I also wanted to contribute. And on this, the Dapper Dap Life on the Moon comes it. So
Yes.
apart from my expertise in children's book, anybody who needs advice on parenting, I'm always there. I do blogging also on parenting. I'm connected to all the influencers nationwide. So thank you for giving the opportunity. Moving on to Sushil ji.
That's great. That's great. Let's go back to this Surekha ji. Surekha ji, you have written a book on this happiness, and everybody
Yes.
wants that happiness. And happiness is the, I just read in a book, what is the secret of being happy? So that person said, what is the secret? What is the secret? He asked to the audience, what is the secret? So he asked, everybody said, you do this, that, you do yoga, you go pranayam, all those things. Then he said, you want to be happy? Be happy. So that was a
That's
simple
true.
solution he gave. So what is your take, that what your book is going to tell the audience about how to attain this happiness?
Yes, whatever he said was true. If we are happy, then happiness will come in abundance. Okay, before I start, let me invite our audience to answer this question. Are you living the life you want, or are you living the way life goes on? Anybody can answer this question?
They can unmute or they can put in chat also.
Are you living the life you want, or are you living the way life goes on?
If I tell myself that majority what? Yes. Yes, audience, who is speaking?
So this is
Yes.
Aditya here. I think it's midway somewhere. Somewhere I feel it's going the way probably things are not out of control, but at the same time, I put my best effort to lead it the way I want. It's basically a balance between the two, but not the best of the two.
Oh, that's wonderful. So yes, you're right. Most of us are in that same way. So for some of the things what we want, we really get it, and some of them we would not be able to control, right? Some things, especially when you are dependent on somebody else for some work to be done, something, then it goes as it goes, right? Okay, you know what successful people does? They create their own vision and follow the mission in their heart. And if we follow all the habits of successful people, if we can really follow them, then mostly we can do. You cannot say 100%, but at least 80% if we can come, then it would be worth. So my book, this 9 proven state of happiness, and the subtitle given is Unfold Your Potential and Live the Life You Want. This is very close to my heart because I have given examples from my own experience and transformation. I have written this book keeping the audience in mind. Throughout the book, from starting, what are the things I need to tell to audience so they will understand and they will follow that. See, this is not about just read and forget. It is all about how the law of attraction works and how you readers will benefit from reading this book and transform your life effortlessly. So this is a purely action-based book. Any reader who reads this book and follows it will find inner happiness effortlessly.
That's great.
So
That's
yeah, so that's possibly why I have named this book as a state of happiness, because happiness is inside. It is not something outside, and it is a state of our being. And I have given one powerful happiness wheel, that is a framework in which all the examples of our celebrities and how they are following the law of attraction, everything is full as a pack. And all the daily rituals like visualization, affirmation, and gratitude practice, everything is in one package. So whoever reads this will definitely get the fulfillment of the life and will be happy 100%. And already I have received so many reviews saying, oh, this is wonderful, this has changed my life. Even some shifts has happened. Today also I received a message.
great. That's great. That's great. So after happiness, let's move back to this Mr. Sivraj. So he has written a book that is Action Speaks, and that is on voluntary. That if you take small steps, I have gone through that book and how these small steps can get you big results. So, Shivraj, yes, I know that those are small stories about that how small steps can take you to big results. So, you tell us the audience that what this book is all about in your own words. That what readers will get out of it.
Yeah, maybe I will just start with volunteering, the intent behind why I started volunteering. So the thing is, from childhood, I am interested in seeing a lot of news channels, and I watch international news. And the reality is kind of like, and also I used to go to like if there is any political party which is having any events, I just in my childhood just I was interested and just go voluntarily and see what is happening and how they are organizing everything. And I remember there are certain events I can clearly see a contrast like how the actual real ground reality is and how the it is shown in the news. I can see a complete contrast over there. So after I completed my college, I am going to the real world, right? So that is a complete contrast of what I have read in the book in terms of like when I was in school, I used to read like we have moral book and all during those times. So there are like a lot of moral values and ethical values which we have learned. But in stark contrast, how we are seeing outside, it was like contrasting for me. I was in real search of finding a leader who can walk the talk. So I was used to like find okay kind of guru. I need kind of guru. So that's why how I followed the journey through like Abdul Kalam, and I just started. So after that, I joined the IT industry. Like I was initially in with HCL. So weekends I got a lot of opportunities for volunteering, and I became gradually an elected member in HCL for organizing events through association with different NGOs. And I have completely explored I got a lot of opportunity to explore the world of volunteering. I associated with different NGOs through which I worked in. I have like volunteered in different schools and then orphanage schools and then shelter homes. I got opportunity to like old age homes, visit old age homes, and then visually impaired, like interviewing visually impaired. So it gives me kind of complete happiness. So Monday to Friday I used to work, and then Saturday Sunday I used to do. I was in Bangalore and Chennai, so I got a lot of opportunities to do volunteering activities over there. So after that, the intent behind writing this book is like now I am in working from home. After COVID, I was working from home. So here in my hometown, I was in native. So here also we have NGOs, like I associate with them and then do volunteering activity. But apart from that, I feel there are time, like more time is there because if I am going to office, there will be like a lot of time goes for traveling and all. Now I have a lot of time, and I it's kind of self-realization for me. And I used to see more in, I was kind of more into phone. Like I think everybody is going through seeing phones, right? So I see a lot of negativity over there. And I thought, okay, if there is a market for negativity, then obviously there will be a market for positivity. So through this book, I actually trying to market the positivity. And so in my book, I have shared around, there are 15 stories in my book. It's my experience through volunteering journey, how for each stories, there are like interesting ways how I have approached and how I have dealt with it. And it kind of, if the reader who reads the book, if they want to understand the world of volunteering and understand the reality, this book will be helpful. And in my book, I have given like certain kind of exercises where they can just see what they have did. After each story, I have mentioned about there are a couple of questions. So it kind of help them to understand, they realize their potential and how they can help to the betterment of society. And also one more way, I just want to give gratitude, show away my praise to the people who have helped me in my true journey. I was kind of a little bit shy, and I am also learning the art of communication. And through wordings, I hope I can write and then express my gratitude and to the people who have helped me through my journey. And also one more thing, like if the person who reads my book and they have to do something great to the society, and there are many people who have not yet come to limelight, and I have seen people who have done excellent work, but they haven't like come to the limelight as I was expecting them to be. So I was kind of putting a small bit from my side. So I will after that also I will write more books, and hopefully like I want to just spread positivity. That's what the message I want to convey.
So, Sivraj, I have read your book and all the 15 stories are very inspiring. Why don't you share with the audience that Kiran Bedi, the first woman IPS officer, that story you must share with the audience.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, sure.
I'm not all the 15, but the people will buy your book. But this story, I was also very inspired that how small step can big results. So, if you can share that story, that's really inspiring.
Sure, I will share it. So a couple of years back, I went to a place called in Tamil Nadu. Sorry, in Pondicherry, there is a place called Tirunallar. So there is a famous Shani temple. So it's very famous actually. So the thing is like there is a pond in near to the Tirunallar temple. The person whoever goes to the temple first they will go to the pond and then they will bath over there and they will go and visit the temple. The thing is, I went with my friends, couple of friends. I went one day prior. I mean, previous day, evening I have went over there and I stayed there. And in the early morning around 3:30, there will be like large queue to visit the temple. So before that we have to bath. So around 3:30, I went near the pond, and the pond is I tried to dip over there and take bath, but it was very difficult in a sense like it was little like it was dirty and it was like kind of very difficult. It is suffocate if I bath over there. It was very difficult, but that pond is actually very famous. That pond is. So there are many people who stand nearby. They are also kind of worried, like, okay, why this pond is not yet like cleaned, or like they usually clean it, but that time it was not cleaned, and so everybody was worrying, but nobody was like taking any action on that. So it was kind of it was in my mind. I have to do something for this. And then somehow I have bath and then I went to the temple. After that, what I did is at the time, Kiran Bedi ma'am was the Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry. So she was very active in social media. And so through social media, Facebook, she used to post a lot of things. And then in one of the posts, I have just replied and tagged her in my inside one of the posts which she has shared. But surprisingly, I just mentioned like the pond is like little bit dirty and it was very famous pond, so it will be good if it can be like clean. So within a few minutes, I got a response from uh, governor office, and they personally, like through DM message, they messaged me, and they mentioned they have forwarded the complaint to the collector of that particular in Puducherry that comes under the Karaikal district. So after that, I was astonished. Like directly, collector has messaged and um, after that after 30 minutes collector has messaged like it is clear, and he called, they gave the number office, they gave the number as well. Directly collector has picked the phone and he told me like the pond has been cleaned, now you can go and check and let us know. If it is not still cleaned, you can let us know, like that they mentioned, and the pond has been cleaned. So means I was also like kind of we are seeing like a lot of things, right? Like if you are doing, government will not be do something, and it will be always it will be like that only. We cannot change anything. So I just did a very small action, and no need to like fight with them or something. It's like just as a common citizen, we can do our small bit, and it happens actually. So if we try, it will happen. That's what I have learned.
That's
So that's what I
really
learned.
inspiring. That's really inspiring story, and I'm sure that all the audience present here will be inspired to buy your book and this read other 14 stories also. Yes,
Thank you.
that's good. Let's move back to Anandji again. Anandji, you have so much to share, but in brief, you tell us something about your book. This one book is titled. So, what this audience can learn by reading these 54 pages? You said that we can complete that book in just 1 hour. So, 1 hour, what the audience is getting out of it?
Yeah, so the first volume, so the book is called as AI Riches. And before I get into the book, I quickly want to just share what is this riches all about. So it's a framework that I have created. So I have worked with companies like HCL and Cognizant, and I have created a lot of frameworks for my companies, and my company has earned billions of dollars using those frameworks that I have created. So for example, in HCL, we created a framework called as Alt ASM, which is still used as of today. And in Cognizant also, we have created a lot of frameworks which people are still using. So I thought, let me use that experience and combine my knowledge of artificial intelligence and create something which can be useful for everyone. So the the book title, or I would say the series title, is called as AI Riches, and Riches is actually an acronym. So what it means is, so the first book is all about how do you recognize the opportunities from AI. So if you look around, every aspect of our life, from the time we get up in the morning and open our phone, unlocking our phone with our fingerprint or face, from that right up to till the time we go to bed in the night, every aspect of our life is getting impacted by AI. Secondly, it is not just our daily life, it is also impacting every industry that you can think of. Smallest to smallest of industry to the biggest of industries like banking, insurance, life sciences, healthcare, and especially if you look at COVID time and all, right? So much of data analysis and all those things happens through AI. Third thing, not only, so again, a lot of people have this myth that AI is for technical people. अरे मेरे को कैसे AI आएगा? I'm not a technical person. I am in finance, I am in HR, I am in some other department. So how is it helpful to me? So I have also tried to cover that aspect, telling that AI is not just for techies, right? People who are from the technology background. It can help every individual, even if you're a coach, even if you're a business owner, even if you are a teacher. In fact, I think Savita ji is there in the call, and she also attended one of the training programs which I have also created based on the same set of 10 books, which was a 10-day program. And even teachers, everyone can use AI, and that is what I'm trying to cover as part of this book, and how AI. So the R is recognizing opportunities, and I'm also sharing, as I told you, it's not just AI book, it is also my story in terms of how I got started into this world of AI. Because as I told you, I'm not a technical person, so I had my own challenges of learning technology, and more important, simplifying it, because this was something which I learned from childhood. So I used to, my sister is also there in this call. So what used to happen is I used to teach her after school some of the subjects on science, maths, and other things. And after that, a lot of her friends and our friends from our society, they used to come to me, and I used to teach them also. And one comment that I got regularly from people is that you are teaching in such a simple way, our teachers are also not able to teach in that way. So that is where I thought, okay, let me also use my skill of simplifying things, and I created this very simple framework which is recognizing opportunity. So each of these six acronym that you saw, right? Invest in learning is I, creating value using technology, then harnessing technology, H, establishing multiple streams of income. Because today the biggest challenge that most of the working professionals have is they are only dependent on one job, and tomorrow for any reason if that job goes, their entire family is impacted. It's not just them, because they have taken a lot of loans and there are so many obligations. So my idea is to also tell them how they can use AI for creating multiple sources of income. And then finally, the aim that I am looking at is becoming financially free. So what is financial freedom? How does it what it will look like in the future, right? So each of these is actually one book. So my idea is that people, they read the first book, and as I told you, I've created like a Netflix series, so that once they read the first book, they will be okay, let me see what is there next, what is there next, what is there next. So in that way, in a matter of 10 days, they will be able to read all the 10 books, and understand the technology which is going to not only impact now but also in the future. So that is the whole intent of my writing this story. So apart from this six, I'm also telling people, like as Shivraj was telling, right? So for example, people with disabilities, how can they use AI? People who have retired, a lot of people feel that अब तो मैं retire हो गया. But the fact of the life is that you are only retiring from your job. You have not retired from life. You still have a lot of life. You have learned so many things in your life. How you can use your experience and AI to do whatever you were thinking of doing maybe 10 years, 15 years back. And then there is another book which is on women who are on career break, because my wife also had the same problem. When our son was born, she had to take a break, and then after that she found it very difficult to join back, because obviously with a small child at home, going to office becomes very difficult. So I want to help women on career break how they can use AI so that they can create multiple sources of income, and sitting at home either take care of their family, their child, their in-laws or their parents, whatever, right? They may have multiple obligation and still be successful in their career. So that is how this set of 10 books is all about, Sushilji. And I've made it so simple and with lot of examples. For example, when I talk about Invest in Learning, which is going to be my second book, I have talked about how I have struggled to learn AI, which was initially very tough for me because it's a technical subject, and then how I used my simplification skills to learn it and then to help others, right? So that is all about my 10 set of books.
That's great. That's great. That's great. So, Anandji, you are this voracious reader also. So there are other four authors also. So you must have read those books also. So can you just say that what this books of by other authors, as Munmunji is there, Shivraj is there, and this Surekha ji is there. So have you gone through those books also, and can you tell us your perspective on that?
No, honestly, I have not gone through all the books, but definitely I can relate to a lot of things. Like, for example, the way Shivraj was talking about his experience. So, I have also done a lot of volunteering activity in HCL and in Cognizant. In fact, I was recognized by the CEO of both HCL, which was Vineet Nair, and in Cognizant, Brian Humphreys, where they have felicitated me. So, I have done a lot of work around digital skilling, mostly in terms of helping visually impaired children, children with disabilities, children from like people economically backward like places, right? Where so what we have done is we have skilled them digitally, including your topic on communication skills, because unfortunately what happens is in today's world, uh, colleges don't teach the communication skill. So we have done that, and after that, a lot of these children were placed within Cognizant and other companies. So that is one. Secondly, related to your particular book, right, Talk to Win, I definitely I have gone through that particular book, and the way you have talked about your personal experiences, given real life anecdotes and practical exercise in terms of how people can make or improve their, because communication skill is something I would never say anyone is perfect, right? Even the best of the best speakers, they still have scope for improving. So that is something which I would definitely like people to understand, that yes, so this your book on Talk to Win is something I feel that it can definitely help people in terms of it. And then Munmunji's book, like she had actually given me a copy of her book when we were in Mumbai for that event, and it's an amazing book that I have gone through, and it is a story about like it's a children's book that combines storytelling with her life lessons, and she talks about this Dapper Dap, which is an adventurous character living on the moon, and how it helps children to instill habits from a young age, right? Time management, teamwork, and so many other things. So these are the two books I have gone through. And Shivrajji's book, I have not gone through it, but I can definitely relate to that. And Surekha ji's book, though again I have not gone through it, but based on my experience with manifestation and law of attraction and Ho'oponopono healing, I can definitely relate with whatever she is talking about. So these were my impressions of the different books, and thanks for asking that question.
That's great. That's great. Let's move back to this Munmun. Munmun, you tell us that if you have gone through some of the books of this authors present here, your perspective and your takeaways, and what do you have to say about those books if you have gone through those books?
Uh, yeah, I have gone to Surekha Ji's. I had already mentioned in the introduction part that, yeah, energies, concepts, compilations, the way she beautifully talks about it, I've also talked into the similar concept in Power of Energy in Pages of Power. And she has really done it very beautifully with quotes and real life examples which can be used. And Shivraj Ji's book uh, is definitely meant for adults, as I also talk about the similar concept in my book, instilling that kind of habits from start to this coming generation, which can help in the adulthood later. And this is what he says: "Ki action speaks. With small steps, you can do a bigger plan." Anandji book, I think he's going to launch it, and definitely we do look out for the AI support for coming times. And I will definitely go through it. And Talk to Win is a very close to my heart because it has been presented in a very beautiful manner and in a very lively manner. The best part about this book is, before I start about it, I would really like to know about participants. Everybody is into reading, or matlab, what is, if you are supposed to rate yourself on count of 1 to 10, how would you rate everybody as a reader on 1 to 10? Can I have that in chat?
Yes, that's a great question to ask.
So even I will type my score also to initiate it.
Yes,
Uh,
can we have participation from the audience?
if you are supposed to rate yourself on 1 to 10 on reading, how would you rate?
Piyush says 7, Aditya 3, Anandji 8, Savitaji 6, 7. That's great.
So if you have below 5 score, I would I would definitely tell you that please start with children's book or something which interests you. If you are into below 5 scale, then you have not found your right book yet. And to understand your genre, your style, you will have to do that reading, and flipping through books. And children's book are best books to pick up with the habits. In fact, even my book will help you out with small instilling habits. And it has a Gita Sar. Start practicing it up. And Anandji book with 50 pages. These kind of small books, you pick it up, and then gradually you will pick a habit of reading. So coming to the point on Anand, this Sushilji's question, the person who is not into reading, your book is actually having a lot of space, and the way you have parrot and sentences to inculcate that habits into below 5 scale is a beautiful placement of text what you have done. I would really recommend the hard copies. You please buy the hard copies, and you can see it will make your reading very simplified procedure. And I would really ask everybody that spacing and things are really important when you do placement of text. As now we have shifted to ebooks, and with a lot of paras, no, it becomes very difficult. That is real important, the editing part. This Talk to Win really is on that scale. I would say it has really done very well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Because my objective was, because I have been reading books also, and whenever I see small these fonts, so then what happens is it just look like to be a textbook. And nowadays nobody wants to this read textbook now. So that is why my idea was, when fonts are this and spacing is quite right. So then you are more encouraged to read those books. As you have simply said that Anandji's book is 54 pages. Your children book is just a few
54
pages, with
pages
pictures
again.
also 54 pages again, and so many pictures also. Mine book is also like that. So that way, if you are not a good reader, then start with small books. So you have satisfaction of completing a task. So if you start reading a 500 pages book, and if you read throughout a year, you are not able to finish it. So you have the feeling of not completing the work. So if you read 50 pages book, you can have satisfaction, and then you can just go for another book. That's great. That's great. And let's move to Mr. This Sivraj. And if he has gone through the other authors' books, so what is your perspective on that? Can you just highlight on that, Sivraj?
Yeah. So first, I will start with Anand Iyer's book about AI. So I'm being in IT industry. AI right now is very important topic, and yeah, I was also started learning about AI in my projects as well to implement. It was really helpful on how prompts will be like used, and like it's in more like how we have to effectively ask questions to the AI and how we can get it easily. So it kind of opens about like different opportunities where we can use it. Otherwise, it will be kind of blank. We don't know, like AI is there, but we might be using very little bit. So it kind of opens up and helps us to explore. Okay, there are different areas where we can use this AI and to understand it better, and we can get the data whatever we want. And in coming to your book about communication and talk to win, so basically I can relate a lot of things when I read your book. Like I was always felt like I was little bit not that much expressive while speaking through words, and being in IT industry, like communication is very important, and I have learned and still learning. It's kind of helped me to understand. Okay, there are many people like me who also can have the same kind of situation they have faced in their early stages of life, and I was also in the same kind of. I was kind of improving now, and yeah, it helps me to okay, I can improve more as well. I understood like that. And coming to Sureka's book about it's about self help, and I also learned about this visualization and the actions in the recent state, like last 1 year, 2 years. Before that, I was not aware about what is visualization or what is like how it will be helpful. Since I was in right now we were working from home, I had a lot of time, so I explored over that area, and she speaks about like how the thoughts, emotions, and feelings are really interrelated, and after each topic there are like exercises which helps to understand and implement in better way. So that way it was very good book. And coming to Moon book, so it's kind of correlated with what Sureka's mentioned. So and it is specifically for the kids from childhood. What are what are the activities they can do, and how they can kind of uh, means if we practice something in childhood, it will go it will grow eventually when you are adult, and it will go for lifelong. That's what I have learned from her book.
That's great. That's great. Let's now move to this Surekha ji. Yes, Surekha ji, your perspective on other authors' book.
Yeah, first I have to talk about your book, Talk to Win. This was very interesting. When I started the book, I thought, okay, I will first read one chapter, then next day I will continue. But I couldn't keep the book. I continued till I completed. And it was in narrative mode, and all the examples you have given about your family members, what has happened in real time, it was interesting to read. So I completed that. That's a very good one for communication. Anybody wants to start with the communication, it will be very useful. That is one thing. Then about Shivraj book, yeah, actually already he told one story like that. So his stories are not just collections. It is like adventure and gives lot of insights about small actions, how it can make a big impact. Then Mon's book, it is a children's book. Very nice to see the book and just observe that it is basically in one line. If I have to say, it is keeping the children, busy children, to with astonishing facts. So that's one. And Anand Iyer's book, actually, I was very much interested to read. I was searching for e-book, but I couldn't find the e-book. Only paperback was there. Is that right, Anand? You don't
so,
have
yeah,
e-book?
ebook I am going to launch. So I thought generally people launch ebook first and then the paperback, but this time I thought I'm going to do it
Yes.
almost in parallel. So my
Yes,
book
I
will
was
be,
about to ask that.
yeah, ebook will be
Correct.
available next week, and the physical book, the paperback, will be available in the Delhi Book Fair. So I
Okay,
wanted both
okay.
to coincide.
Yeah.
Right. That's
So
great.
I'm already using ChatGPT and Canva, and your title itself is attracting. So please launch quickly for the ebook. And I read all the varieties, like ebook also I do, Audible and physical book, everything I do. So thank
Sure.
you.
Great, that's great. So let us move to the final this Q&A session. That is, the floor is open for the this audience. So I would request audience, just type me in the chat so that you can unmute and then have your questions. Yes, who would like to go first? Yes, please. I think that most of the questions are answered, I believe. That is why there is no question at all.
See, in
Yes,
two
Ramesh ji.
situations, mm,
Yes, Ramesh ji. Yes, you can unmute yourself and go ahead with the question.
Hello all, very good evening. Ramesh
Good
Doraisamy
evening.
here. So actually this is the first time, I'm meeting you all. So I got this, request from Anand. I was, in connection with Anand through LinkedIn, and I got this opportunity, connect with you all. So I don't have any question because this is the first time I'm just attending this meeting. I got to know the value of reading books from you guys because I've just started my journey of reading books maybe 6 months to 8 months back. I just completed around 3 to 4 books. So I see the kind of a value that we get, and the inputs that you guys give, makes me, is also forcing me, to go and, uh, read more books, I would say. It's to say like it is inspiring, I would say, right? So probably, right, I would need to get to know like what kind of books that you guys, probably have. Maybe I can just have a list out of that and, start looking into those books as well. So this is what
Yes.
I just wanted to know, bring it to you. But I don't have any questions as of now. But thank you so much for
Ramesh ji,
for this.
thank you. At least you are inspired with the session, and this fulfills our purpose. More power to you.
Yes. Any more questions from the audience?
I want to ask one question from Mr. Iyer.
Sure. Go ahead, please.
Actually, I'm a retired person, and I just want to ask him how AI can help the retired person and which portion of his book one should read.
So,
Yes, Ramesh ji.
Verma ji, one thing is definitely I want you to read all the books, but I have written one specific book, which is book number 8. It will take some time to come, which is specifically for people who are retired. Because honestly, as I told you, my vision is that people who are retired, they have a lot of experience. उन्होंने जिंदगी में बहुत कुछ सीखा है, तो वो बहुत कुछ बांट सकते हैं. एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर फाइनेंशियली फ्री, एंड पीपल आस्क कि मेरे को क्या करना है, मीन्स मैंने तो अभी कमा लिया है, अब मेरे को और कमा के क्या करना है. आप बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं. आप कोई एनजीओ है उनको सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं. आप दूसरे लोगों को सिखा सकते हैं. आप बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं लाइफ में. आपने जितना आपका एक्सपीरियंस है बहुत मूल्यवान है. तो उसके लिए my personal interest is that people who have retired, they have a lot of things to offer to the society through their own experience, either work experience or personal experience. And I want, like, for example, in my training program, I teach people how to write a book using AI. So for example, this book, first book that I have launched, it took me just 1 week. Usually people take months and years to write a book, but I have written it in the matter of just 1 week with the help of AI. It's not that AI will write the book, idea आपका होना चाहिए, but AI tool से आप बहुत जल्दी लिख सकते हैं. Second thing, like same book, for example, my book currently is in English, but I want it to be translated into multiple languages. Now the benefit of AI is AI can understand 100 languages. So the same book now I can write in different languages so that it can reach to each and every corner of the world, right? तो आप अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर कर सकते हैं. जैसे अभी सविता जी है कॉल में, तो उन्होंने मेरा प्रोग्राम अटेंड किया था, ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम. तो शी वांट्स टू नाउ टू टीच चिल्ड्रन इन अराउंड द वर्ल्ड, क्योंकि अभी एडवांटेज क्या हो गया, टेक्नोलॉजी से आप कहीं पे भी सिखा सकते हैं. पहले क्या होता था कि आपको केवल आपके सोसाइटी में या आप जहाँ पे रह रहे हैं वहीं पे सिखा सकते हैं, बट विथ टेक्नोलॉजी लाइक जूम, जैसे आप और कहीं पे बैठे हैं, मैं और कहीं पे बैठा हूँ, सुशील जी, सुरेखा जी सब अलग अलग जगह पे बैठे हुए हैं, बट हम लोग फिर भी आपस में बात कर सकते हैं. तो सेम थिंग, नाउ यू हैव दैट एक्सपीरियंस, यू कैन टीच अदर्स. For example, my mama is also there in this call, so he teaches children on public speaking, so he is a expert in public speaking. So there are so many people who can do so many things, and honestly, the biggest thing, right, many people don't know what is their purpose in their life. पूरा जिंदगी निकाल जाता है, उनको पता ही नहीं चलता कि क्यों उनका जन्म क्यों हुआ है. अगर आपके जिंदगी में आप सिर्फ एक जन को या 10 जन को या 100 जन को भी आप आपके एक्सपीरियंस से मदद कर सकते हैं, तो आई थिंक दैट विल बी द बेस्ट ब्लेसिंग दैट यू विल एवर गेट ऑन अर्थ. बिकॉज many people, 95% of people on the earth, they do never know what is their purpose. क्यों आए हैं, आते हैं, काम करते हैं, पढ़ते हैं, काम करते हैं और उसके बाद चले जाते हैं. उनको ऐसा ही उनका लाइफ निकल जाता है. अगर आप देखेंगे तो जो जानवर होते हैं या जो भी जो बोलते हैं ना पक्षियां होते हैं, वो भी तो सेम करते हैं. वो भी
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. Maybe in English, maybe everyone could understand.
Sure. So
Thank you.
what I was telling Ramesh is that people, 95% of people, they don't even know what is their purpose in life. But people, if they can use the power of AI, they can write books, they can create courses, they can share their experiences. And even if they are able to impact one person, usually what happens is people only focus on their family, right? So they only talk about what I am doing for my family, and that is the end of their life. But just imagine if you can help others in your society. There are so many people who need your help and experience. So with the power of AI, you can reach out to so many people, and that is the message that I would want to give to Verma ji, telling that after retirement you can start your second innings or third innings. And the book number 8 is exactly for that. Like people who have retired, how they can help or use the power of AI and bring all their experience in their life and take it to others, share with others.
If with permission, I would like something to add in Anandji's conversation for Verma ji. So he has actually talked about in a very beautiful way, and on that process, I would just like Verma ji to take action on it, that tomorrow till his book 8 comes, make your one profile, feed it into AI, and just ask plan my day. And gradually, if you have Alexa in your house, it will also start talking to you. Alexa understands that which mood are you in, what are you doing. Sometimes she answers like, I am planning to go on moon. So you are going to have spend 5 or 10 minutes with artificial intelligence, Vermaji. Start taking small steps and make one profile and feed it to AI at least.
That's
Till book
great.
number
That's
8
great.
of Anandji comes, and we are all looking forward to it.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, any more questions from the audience?
No, so before that, Verma ji, hope this answers your question, right? So you can do lots. आप बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं ऐसे.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
So
So,
I think there are a few questions in the chat.
yes, Jack. In terms of getting an idea, authoring a storyline, keeping the motivation to finish writing the story or book, and finally finding a publisher. Yes, everything will be taken care of. Here we are five authors, so you can connect with them and they will help you in writing, publishing your book. No issues on that. So,
No, so maybe quickly I can answer that question, Sushilji. So,
uh,
what happens is if you use AI is not just for writing content, right? You can do brainstorming. Let's say you are good in multiple areas and you are not sure which area should I pick. So AI can help you with that. It can help you in creating an outline of your, because problem why a lot of people fail to complete a book is they don't have a plan, right? So it will give you a complete plan or outline of your book in terms of what you can bring. Then it will help you with the chapters. What are the chapters that you can bring? Then what you can do is once you get that outline, then you can put your own examples like the way Sushil ji, Surekha, Shivraj and Munmun, they have all done that, right? So you can bring your own experience and then expand on that chapter. So in that way, you will never feel that I'm stuck, because a lot of people have this something called as writer's block. So they start writing a book and after some time they don't know what to write. But once you have an overall outline, and then once you can bring your own experience, you can bring a lot of experience from your own life, corporate life or personal life, depending on whatever topic. So in that way it becomes much more easier. And one most important part with Amazon now, there is something called as KDP or Kindle Desktop Publishing, where you can publish your own book. You don't need a publisher, because I have heard this saying that finding a publisher today is more difficult than finding a bride or a groom for anyone in your family. So it's very difficult and they charge you a huge amount, but you don't have to do it. So with Amazon, you can do self-publishing and then you can reach out to so many people around the world. So there are more
One
things
thing
obviously.
I want, yeah. Sorry.
No, so
yes,
that's
Surekha ji, go ahead.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to tell Mr. Anand is storyline. He has asked one question. First line. Storyline is nothing but what is your passion? What is that you want to do? And if you are already working on some function, then about that function you can write. If you are already doing some coaching or training, about that you can write. So it all depends on what is your passion and interest. Based on that, you can take this storyline.
So just to add, no,
That's
not only that, you can even write about the challenges that you have faced, because I don't think there is anyone on earth who has never faced a challenge. So you can write about a challenge, or you could write about something that you have done, like some achievement that you have done in your life. You can write about it. So there are so many. And worst case scenario, let's say you don't want to share your own story, you can create a fictional character and then write about it. So you can write in fiction or non-fiction. So there are so many different ways, and AI can definitely help you in fast tracking that entire journey.
right. That's great. So it was incredible journey throughout. So now to begin, start with this one Munmun's book, and Munmun's book is definitely that is children's book, and definitely children's book, and so many pictures are there, and you can go through that book. And then Surekha ji's book on this happiness, then different ways of becoming happy, and definitely if you are looking for happiness, then you can go for Surekha ji's book. Then Shivraj, definitely this action speaks. That is the small steps can take big results. So sometimes what happens that we don't take even a small step, thinking at that if we don't take the step, what will happen? But yes, if you take the small step, you do a little bit from your side, then definitely big results can come. And then it comes from this Anandji, that is AI, that is the next 5 years, 10 years will transform this the way we work, the way we earn, the way we do things, the way we relate to each other, everything, every aspect of the business is going to be affected with the AI. So definitely to begin with, you can read Anandji's book. And finally, as mine book, that is Talk to Win, that all the authors have spoken. I will not talk much about that, but that is the also a very small book. And if you are looking, if you are facing any of the challenges, because that is the real life story. So I was suffering those challenges myself, and how I turn around those challenges, how I overcome those challenges. So those are the real life stories, and real life stories, anybody, because I believe that each and every person is unique. irrespective of his background, irrespective of his color, irrespective of the whether he earns nothing or he earns a lot, or irrespective of his education, he is a metric pass or a triple PhD, it doesn't matter at all. Each and every person, as Anandji has rightly said, that has come on earth with some purpose. You have to identify those that purpose, and if that purpose is there, then definitely means you will attract mentors around you. Just like that, I was just finally I will share one story that a kid was asking his dad that to purchase a TV. So he dad said, TV, you don't you watch so many bad things like that. He was giving arguments in favor of not buying the TV. But after 2 months, that dad got some bonus and he was getting all the money. So then when he got the money and he was all seeing ads of TV and all those things, and then he, because he had money, he was seeing ads on TV, he was seeing ads on print media, and he was all because, and then he bought the TV. But what it gave signal to his son, that when he was demanding TV, then we couldn't afford it, we couldn't said, we couldn't say that I cannot afford it. We said that TV is bad. But when the money has come, then you have brought that book. That causes conflict. And that conflict, if there is conflict, then increases the gaps between the children and the parents. And we are not aware of those things. So these gaps can be, if you want to this shorten this gap or remove this gap, then you must read that book, Talk to Win. And one of the authors, Rajiv ji, is among the audience, and his book is also this being launched at the World Book Fair in Pragati Maidan. And Anandji's book is also being launched at the World Book Fair. And my book, Talk to Win, is also being launched at World Book Fair. And I sincerely recommend that even if you are out of town, because people from all these places, even around the world, people are visiting to New Delhi for this World Book Fair. And I highly recommend that you all come to from 1st February to 9th February 2025, this World Book Fair, and you come and see that the activity that is going on this around these books. And as far as this Rameshji's question that how you can buy those books, so I'm sure that you must have joined this through group. We will all 5 authors, we will put the this link where you can go and just buy the book to begin with. With those words, definitely, I thank all the authors for sparing their valuable time and sharing their thoughts with us. And I thank also this audience for having been patient, and this throughout this 75 minutes they are with us. And definitely, I thank my audience to be with us, and definitely we will bring more such things. And finally, I would like to inform the audience also that if you have done something that you want that this thing should be told to the public, told to the world, so then definitely we can help you. If you have some goals and you don't know how to achieve those goals, we can help you. So you write down 5, 10, 20 things what you want in life. You want balance, you want health, you want this money, you want this spiritual health, whatever you want. So if you want, you have to decide that what do you want, then we have how. So we can help you with the how that thing is to be achieved. So once again, thank you all, thank you being with us. And with those words, I finally this close this webinar. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Sushil.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.